Hans, and welcome back to this week's episode. So, recently I was thinking about a conversation that, or should I say, words that came to me as a compliment when my husband and myself were at a place a couple of years ago. And I can remember someone who knew myself and my husband said to me, "I just love y'all together." And I was kind of taken aback because I was like, okay, thank you. But, all of that started rattling around my head. Like, what is she seeing? Because we're definitely not a perfect couple at all. And I kind of snickered on the inside because I wanted to say, girl, we just fought on the way here because I was telling him how slow he drives, and it was like an argument. But, in all honesty, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong at all because we are good together and he is the best partner ever. When I say best partner, he is the best husband, companion, work mate. He puts his best foot forward in most things that he do. Pretty much in everything that he does, he will put his best foot forward. So, like I said, she wasn't wrong, And then I thought about, what? We absolutely love us too, It's not always roses, and unicorns and rainbows, but we love us too. We're pretty doggone good together, He is the yin to my yang. As I would say, he's made for me and he's made for all of my crazy. All of my crazy, He is the guy who prides himself on taking care of me and making sure that I am happy. And in his words, if I'm happy, then he's done his job. He is absolutely happy. I know that sounds all sappy, my God, but no, you would have to know my husband, but that is just his personality. That is his personality. Now, when I am saying these things about marriage, I am totally not saying that there won't be disagreements and there won't be fights. There will absolutely be a lot of both of those because a marriage, it's a job and it is a hard job. It is a hard job. But the thing about it is it's a very rewarding job because once you find that person that you love and you guys are so cohesive that it's just, I don't even know the word for it other than just so cohesive that you guys are just a well-oiled machine, then you found yourself something. You've found yourself something. But the key is to find yourself a cheerleader. Find yourself a cheerleader. When I say cheerleader, I mean, find yourself a person that loves you the way that you need to be loved because everybody doesn't receive love the same way, nor does everyone give love the same way. So find that person that is that for you. But I will say, though, when you're looking, don't settle. Don't settle. I'm not saying not to have standards and, not to have those things that you want. Most ladies have a list. He needs to be 6'3", slim, brown eyes, blue eyes, whatever. We can have a list. Absolutely. We all have one. But when I say don't settle, don't have your list so out of the ordinary that it doesn't work, but then don't dumb it down so much until later on down the line you're thinking, what have I done? You have to find your happy medium there because you need to know what you bring to the relationship. Just as the person that you are about to marry or that you are married to, they should know that about themselves as well. Because this thing is an investment and it requires a lot. It's a long-term investment as well. It's kind of like no different than the stock market. When you put money in, you put it in and you don't just snatch it out right away. You leave it in, you hold. You put it in, you hold, because that gain, as time goes on, that gain is going to be more than likely a fabulous one, right? I use that analogy when it's a good stock, a stock that you invest in that is one that is worth investing in. Okay? But I will say, I beg you guys, I beg you though, beg you not to try to make someone else's marriage yours though. You can always use it as a template, kind of like when back in the day when you did a resume and, it came pre-filled and it kind of, had the parameters, but you had to back all of that out and put your stuff in and make your information fit in those areas and hit those bullet points where they actually needed to go. So yeah, use someone's relationship as an example, but still make it your own. It's yours. Okay? Because everything doesn't work for everyone. And you're not with that couple 24/7 to know everything that's happening behind closed doors at all. Now, is it a good idea if it's someone that you guys trust, you and your partner trust, to speak with them, either together as a couple or individually? Go for it. Yes, absolutely. Because I feel like we can learn from each other, be it mistakes or non-mistakes, be it good things. So if you guys are open to having a conversation, that would be perfect. But even in those situations, I feel like it's buffet style. Take what you need and leave the rest. You don't have to take it all. Just take what you need and leave the rest. Because you have to remember that, again, like I said, everything is not for everybody. And what someone else is eating, it doesn't make you full. It don't work for you. It may upset your stomach. It don't work for you. So you have to choose the things that work in the parameters for you guys. I learned a long time ago, because I feel like I've been married since I was in diapers. But anyway, I learned a long time ago that this marriage stuff it's a daily work. It's a daily job. You have to work on it daily. You can't just get it and sit it to the side or sit it on the shelf. Okay, we're married now. That's done in the next project. No, you have to constantly nurture it and water it and mold it and shape it and make it something. Each day is going to be something different. Each week is going to be something new and exciting and different. But that's what makes marriage so phenomenal and so exceptional. Now, my little disclaimer here, as I usually give, I am not a relationship therapist, nor do I play one on TV. But again, I feel like I have been married since I was in diapers. But I just want to come and just give my little nugget of encouragement. I don't call it wisdom. Just my little nugget of encouragement to help others. And something that I feel like I've been in for a minute and I may have a little bit of experience in the matter. So I just wanted to give, my little feedback, But I want to say that when I've been around other people, I've heard them say things like, or introduce their partners as my other half or my better half, or they will tell their significant other that they complete them, or they will say, they let you know that that person completes them. To me, that's very scary. In my opinion, it's really scary because you don't go to Macy's and buy one shoe. You don't buy half of a pair of shoes. When you go to Macy's, you buy a pair of shoes because it takes 2 feet to make things happen to cause make an accomplishment. You get where I'm going. I don't even have to go on. But you need two people that are willing to work together to do things that works for the both of them. Now, will you run into people that have been in past relationships or that have been broken in the past? Yes, you will. Yes, we all have been in a situation where we have been, in some type of a relationship that has possibly had us in disarray or, for lack of a better term, broken. But not to be with someone that is broken on a constant, on a daily, where you have to fix them each day. We shouldn't always try to have to put Humpty Dumpty back together again day by day. Work with that person. Yes, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like leave them out, on the wayside. But don't go into a relationship with someone that is so broken that you spend the majority of the relationship or all of the relationship trying to fix them. Let's not fall for that, because again, in my opinion, that is a very unstable explosive, aka a ticking time bomb. Okay. And both partners have to be, when you're in a relationship, especially in marriage, both partners have to be strong and exceptionally strong, because you guys have to be strong for one another, because there are going to be days where, one is here and one is here, where you may need to catch up the slack, because that's what we're there for. If you need me, I'm here. So yeah, that's not what I'm saying, that, we shouldn't be there to help one another or to, be an uplift for the other one. But we have to be strong, because we know dumpster fires are going to happen and they're going to pop up everywhere around us. And we're going to have to be strong, not only individually, but we're going to have to be strong in our relationship. And we're going to have to be ready to extinguish everything that may be coming in to try to destroy what we've built or what we've worked for or what we are working toward. Sometimes, though, it may not require an actual extinguisher. It may require just some noise blockers. And in those instances, they're just minimal things. We have the noise blocker situations, and then we have the extinguisher situations, and you guys will figure out which is which for you guys in your relationship. But you have to be ready for either one, and you got to be there for each other for either one. And the reason I say that, I'll give you an example. My husband is very chivalrous. Very, very chivalrous. He always has been. And yes, I am bragging on my husband a lot. If you have met him, then most people are like, oh, hey, cute. And then they gravitate. So, but anyway, I digress. He's very chivalrous. And like I said, he has always been that way. But there are people in our lives who have a problem with simple things as him opening the car door for me. He's done that forever. But they don't like it. They let us know that they have issue with it each time. The two of us, we have decided that that's a noise blocker there, We continue to go on. We laugh about it. We kid about it. We joke about it. We don't let it get, in our heads, either one of us, well, maybe I shouldn't have him open the door. He is doing too much. Or he's like, well, she can open the door. We don't even get into that. It's do it, keep it moving, hee hee ha ha about it. Even when they say it to us, we don't even go back and forth with them about what we're going to do and how we run our marriage. You don't have to talk about it. Just be about it, Hadn't stopped in all these years. Hadn't stopped at all. because he knows he has nothing to prove. Now, could he have easily pivoted and done things differently, like, just to keep down the chatter, just like, okay, when we go here, let's not even do the whole, like alter our lives to make someone else comfortable? No, we're not. Like I said, we just laugh it off, keep it moving. Now, did it take us a moment to get there? Absolutely. We would get in the car, and did you hear, or I can't believe we got there. And then we realized how that conversation led to, we got even more upset about that than the person that said it, because they are in no way worried about us right now. And we are talking about them the entire ride home. So it's, like I said, it took us a minute, but we got there. And it matters not. It does not matter at all. Again, because, like I said, he has nothing to prove. Because, and this is going to sound really horrible, but it's the truth. My husband is not a narcissistic misogynist at all. And if that person that's in our lives knew how our home life was, then they would really freak out. Because in our house, there aren't those his and her duties at all. So if they couldn't handle the door opening, they definitely couldn't handle the fact that if dishes need to be loaded or unloaded in the dishwasher, then it doesn't matter who's in the kitchen, it gets done. Or if pots and pans need to be scrubbed out, it doesn't matter who's in the kitchen, it gets done. If laundry needs to be washed, folded, and put away, that's not a job just specifically for one gender. In our house, whoever gets to it will do it, because the other person could be busy doing something else. If it comes to yard work, that's not just a gender role either. Because again, I've said in the past, that's not how I was raised. You've heard me mention that my grandfather wanted a grandson, but I came out. Surprise! But nothing changed. He still treated me as if I was no different. It did not matter the gender. So, and I say that because, bringing up the yard situation, if my husband is mowing, and I know that an area needs to have the weed eater, I will do it. If my husband is weeding one side and something on another side needs to have the weed eater, I will weed it. I am not above, But another funny story, someone has actually heard my husband as he was preparing to go out and do it, because, if I have company or whatever, he's going to disappear. And he wanted me to thread the weed eater. And the face was speaking, like, he's actually asking her, you know why he asked me? Funny story. We're not going to tell him, but I'm better at it. I can do it faster. I can make it happen. Who cares who did it? We just need it done. But again, you could tell the face was like, really? He can't, the weed eater, he can. He's capable, but we work well together. And again, there's nothing that, says that I can't thread the weed eater. But anyway, another thing that's going to sound really, really harsh when I say that, leading into my next thought, is that we understand that in some instances that it's us against the world, because it's our relationship and it is up to us to make it work for us. And it is up to us as to whether our relationship actually makes it. Okay. And I know too, this is going to sound really cliche, but marriage is a bond and it is a sacred bond. Okay. Sounds so cliche. Sounds like, oh my God, so preachy. But it's the truth. It is the absolute truth. It's a sacred bond with a lot of reciprocity, compromise, self-denial, with a few splashes of eye rolls, apologies, and disagreements in there. But it ends up being all wrapped in love together until those eye rolls and those apologies, they just seem to come full circle because they don't even matter. Sometimes we'll just laugh at, can you believe we were upset about that? And when I say that, to let you in on some of the crazy that goes on, the dual temperature control in the car saved my marriage. Something that small. And I say that because it's the truth. When I say my husband is my yin or the yin to my yang, it is the absolute truth. He is always cold. I am always hot. My husband is a very patient person. I am not. My husband is the person that will help you through something, but he will also, whereas he's that patient, I'm a fixer, and he's kind of the one that will say, well, kind of let it work itself out, and then if we need to get in, no, I have to fix it then. Total opposites. You see where I'm going with that? He drives at a speed that makes me nervous. He says that I drive extremely recklessly, So everything is not always, like I said, rainbows and butterflies, but we make it work, We've made a decision. If the other one is driving, stop talking. Do something else. Get on your phone, do something else, because that is an argument or a disagreement that does not have to happen. Totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. Okay? But what I want you guys to do now is just to remember that being with each other is a gift. It's an absolute gift that should be cherished. And what I would like for you guys to do this week is to go out and try to outlove one another. Go out and try to outlove one another and watch exactly what it does. Watch how it changes the relationship that you're in. You can't beat me loving you. That will make a world of a difference. Okay? So that's my little chat, rant, whatever you want to call it for this week. And I do hope that it has brought you some type of solace that will help in some form or way. So until we meet or chat again on next week, stay safe, love hard, and laugh loud.